lados têm seus lados positivos e lados negativos. Você perde de um lado, mas ganha de outro. Então acho que, mano, foi da hora na época. Conheci muita gente bacana, conheci muito desgraçado também no meio do caminho. Mas hoje em dia...
Mas é uma lembrança, né? É um momento.
Infelizmente, ali que... o lance lá daquela loja que fez aquelas promoções malucas de R$33, por conta de ter errado o caminho pra loja, né? Eu cheguei meia hora.
Nossa, aleluia, né,
Então,
mano?
fiquei
Eles vão
atrás do
atualizar
cara
isso.
que tava com 3 packs do Thor no carrinho, né?
Absurdo.
E com
Começou
o celular
hoje.
ligado, pegando as coisas ali. E
Invocação
literalmente isso era
dupla,
5h30 da
vai
tarde.
junto,
Às
né?
7 horas, esse cara abriu uma live e tava vendo aqueles packs que ele pagou R$200 a 600. Boneco que ele pagou R$35, ele tava vendendo a 200, 150, tipo 1h30 depois que ele comprou. Entendeu? O cara rapelou a loja na minha frente. Eu vi o cara com o carrinho, eu tirei foto do carrinho do cara e mandei pra galera. Eu falei, olha o que tá acontecendo. E eu fiquei sem o pack do Thor, que era do Thor do Destroyer, porque esse cara comprou os 4 que tinha na loja e tava vendendo a 600 pau 1h30 depois.
Hoje mesmo teve uma pessoa que entrou em contato comigo e me perguntou, cara, eu fiquei sabendo que tinha uns packs dos Vingadores aí, 60 anos, sendo vendidos a R$250. Então, a gente tá numa situação, né, que as figuras estão vindo tão caras que quando abaixa, assim, o pessoal fica maluco. Meu Wolverine, eu paguei R$85 no meu Wolverine.
Então, mano, há 2 meses atrás.
Ele não era nem prioridade na minha coleção, porque eu tenho VHS, então eu falei assim, cara, o Wolverine vai ficar por último. E eu fazendo aquela garimpada na internet, cheguei na JC Kids, que há muito tempo atrás eu tinha comprado o Sandman lá, o Homem-Areia, e aí eu falei, cara, vou comprar, eu já conhecia a loja, então eu comprei meu Wolverine antes de jogar pra galera. Cara, o site travou da JC Kids. Caramba, pra você ter ideia, eles eu acho que não comportavam, porque o site, você vê que é um site bem fuleirinho. Meu, travou o site da JC Kids. Então a galera caiu matando. E por isso que é interessante a galera tá antenada, né? Tá junto com a gente aqui também, porque no grupo, por exemplo, a gente vai sempre dar na letra onde achar, onde encontrar. Obviamente que, infelizmente, tem os oportunistas no meio, mas a gente tem que ser mais rápido, né? Ser mais ligeiro aí e manter essa briga aí.
E outra coisa também é não colecionar no hype também. Às vezes você assiste uma coisa e fica no hype. Eu vejo muito isso, cara, com os episódios X-Men. Aparece um episódio que a vampira é muito foda no desenho, aí já começa a aparecer no Facebook. Quem tem no precinho? Alguém tem no precinho? Você fala, mano, pera lá, tipo, essa figura tava disponível há 2 meses atrás e ninguém prestou atenção. Agora porque viu um episódio e ficou emocionado e quer comprar um negócio. É normal isso. Só que toma cuidado, porque você fica muito empolgado com uma coisa e acaba pagando um preço que não vale.
Tô recebendo proposta aqui pelo Wolverine.
Achei o Guia Master Duel.
Aí,
tem 3 ainda, tem o do lá que tem a Jean Grey e o Ciclope. Eu consegui esse cara aqui, que quando eu comecei a colecionar, esse cara aqui ele era o Wolverine do momento, né? Então era muito difícil encontrar esse cara aqui. Tava bem difícil encontrar esse Wolverine.
Ele tem a garra de ossos, né?
Ele tem essa garra de ossos adicional. E tinha uma coisa que eu achava bem legal, que depois saiu no Capitão América, que é a máscara, né? Caída aqui, que foi relançada no 97. E esse cara aqui, foi um amigo, né? O Ricardo, que tá sempre acompanhando aí a gente. E ele achou pra mim, comprou com o dinheiro dele e depois eu paguei ele. Ele falou, mano, você me paga aí. Então foi um dos amigos aí, um dos melhores amigos no colecionismo. Encontrei muita gente bacana e muita gente que se ajuda, né? E ao contrário das brincadeiras aí que a galera fala, eu não sou rico não. Eu sofro bastante também pra conseguir as 2 figuras aí. A gente passa por cada situação, mas não desanimando a gente vai se virando. Bom, a gente tá 1h30 aqui já batendo um papo. Alex, quais são as suas considerações finais aí? Tem alguma coisa pra falar pra galera? Fazer um merchan aí do seu canal? Pra quem quiser daqui.
Convidar a galera que acompanha o Dan aqui, quem não conhece a Baxter Toys, vai lá, digita aí no YouTube Baxter Toys. Nós somos um canal de colecionismo aí bem legal, somos 6 pessoas no canal, então um diferencial, né? Porque geralmente canal de colecionismo é pessoa solo, né? Tipo, só uma pessoa. Nós somos em 6 E além de falar de bonequinhos, né, mostrar reviews de bonequinhos, a gente faz lives com temas sobre colecionismo, né? E a gente sempre busca fazer temas que as pessoas se sintam bem assistindo. A gente não entra em polêmicas, a gente não arruma treta, a gente não quer briga com ninguém. E a gente só quer colecionar e falar.
Aí vale pra aqui também, viu, pessoal? Não quero drama, nada disso.
Entra lá.
É jogar e se
No Instagram
divertir.
também, a gente tá tentando crescer o número do Instagram lá. É um Instagram um pouco difícil, mas entra lá no nosso Instagram, @Baxter_Toys. Também a gente posta bastante coisa bacana por lá. E agradecer ao Dan pela parceria de sempre, né? Tipo, a gente tá sempre junto aí, sempre trocando ideias, sempre se ajudando aí. Então, o Dan, puta cara da hora, assim, pra quem ainda não conhece essa figura aí, vale a pena. Porque é um cara que somou bastante aí pra Baxter Toys. A gente costuma dizer que a gente tem alguns membros que são membros agregados, né? E o Dan é um deles, né? Então são pessoas que têm os mesmos ideais, né? Que busca essa ideia do colecionismo para todos, que não fica pensando, ah, nossa, essa figura é exclusiva, só eu tenho, então vou mostrar aqui para vocês que não tem, olha aqui, não sei o quê. Não é o objetivo. E a gente pensa sempre em buscar o colecionismo para todos. Então, meu, quem quiser conhecer a gente, Baxter Toys, vai lá. Vai também na Pop Fest, a gente tá, a cada 2 meses tem uma Pop Fest aqui em São Paulo, quem for de São Paulo, a gente tá toda a Pop Fest lá. É mó da hora, a última foi muito legal, o Dan tava lá presente o dia inteiro, foi muita gente lá que é inscrito do canal, meu, é sensacional. Então, acho que é isso, queria agradecer também pelo convite, viu, Dan? Foi uma honra participar aqui do seu canal e dizer que é mó da hora participar da live dos outros, porque eu não preciso ficar preocupado em ficar colocando comentário, compartilhar a tela, e aí eu não vejo o famoso é complicado, porque eu não tô prestando atenção no que tá acontecendo na live.
Aqui você vê na live nas coisas. Aqui eu faço
a carta fria
jeito
da
que vem aqui, a gente
mas
vai falando. Queria mandar um abraço aqui, ó. O Gromão também, que ele tá
Ele vai
no canal
invocar
dele aí.
outra.
Tem uns reviews bem legais aí. Conheci ele através do Automotil.
E eu conheço o canal dele, é genial, mano.
Ele
é
é
da hora.
sensacional, é gente boa, mais um que chegou aí pra somar com a gente.
Melhor começo de vídeo, né? Sempre vem as palminhas, eu sempre
ele mora lá na gringa também, tem umas figuras que ele tá recebendo o relançamento das Tartarugas Ninja lá, que eu soltei esses dias no grupo do Zap lá. A galera ficou maluca e ele já tá recebendo e fazendo review dessas figuras aí. Então, quem quiser assistir, cola lá. Também, parceirão do canal do Alex também, que são pessoas muito bacanas aí que a gente conheceu ao longo desse ano aí, quando eu criei o canal. Eu conquistei mais do que eu imaginava, né? Que são amizades verdadeiras aí, como a do Alex e o pessoal do canal deles, o Fotobutil, são pessoas que a gente conversa e troca uma ideia diariamente. E é isso, né? Colecionar isso aí, eu acho que é trazer coisas boas, esse bate-papo aí bacana que a gente faz aí, que a gente fica aí 4, 5 horas aqui trocando uma ideia, sem ver o tempo passar. E isso é importante. E agradecer aí as pessoas que assistiram a live aí, do começo ao fim. Eu pretendo trazer outros membros, né, do seu canal, o X, o Maurão aqui para conversar, né? Eu até pensei em trazer mais de um, né, por vez, mas eu achei legal trazer um de cada vez pra galera conhecer vocês também mais a fundo, né? Já que vocês estão sempre juntos nas lives, então é bem dividido. Então hoje você teve o palco aqui, na próxima o Jack ou o X.
Ai, eu não aguento mais os caras.
E aí, vamos ir aí. Certo, galera? Obrigado aí quem esteve conosco aí. Até a próxima. Vou lá ver quem é que ganhou as bases. E no próximo mês a gente vê mais alguma coisinha para sortear para ajudar vocês aí também, tá bom? Um abraço a todos e até a próxima aí, galera. Valeu.
Tchau, gente. Boa noite aí. Valeu.
Cadê? Observem. Uma invocação síncro. Isso.
YouTube fam, how y'all doing? This is Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews.
Channel.
A channel that I ran and I
Oxe,
reviewed.
liga
Man, you know what?
mesmo.
I believe that a lot of people are having some unrealistic expectations. You know, they're like, look, you should be held to your word. You said you're not going to buy anything until it goes cleanse. Man, look, really? You think I'm going to wait forever to buy some shit that may or may not go on clearance? Or they may not have any more left when clearance actually get here? Or they could have a ton of them, but when I get there, they're all gone. Dude, if you want it, buy it. If you got the money for it at that particular point in time, get it. Don't wait and play the long game on everything, because you will miss out on shit and you will be pissed off and you will blame other people like it's somebody else's fault. You know, a lot of this shit ain't nobody but our own fault. We need to step up, step in, and, you know, put up or shut up with some of this stuff, man, because a lot of times everybody make it seem like you're the only one that could be held at their word, man. Nobody else, man, look, hey, shit, you know, someone told me I always keep my word. Man, I'm like, damn, who are you, Jesus? Man, nobody.
Jesus.
Shit happens. This is the real
God.
world. You out here, you're gonna hurt some damn body's feelings. You're gonna do something somebody doesn't like, man. This is the real world. I don't understand how people don't understand that actions have consequences. People think they can say and do any damn thing and there won't be no consequences. You have freedom of speech. But look, I also have freedom to whoop your ass too, so keep that in mind. This is not aimed at anybody. This is just me talking. This is just me saying. It's just me saying. I'm gonna be honest. Collecting for me
Oxi.
is fun.
Até
But you know
essa.
what? You could have had that epiphany
Gelo,
moment where it's like,
Gelosade,
man,
Gimir,
burnt out on
Argirine. Rapaz.
dude, doesn't mean I'm gonna take
Rapaz, a
everything
carta
down. I'm still
é.
appreciate it and do everything that I normally do, but I'm gonna slow it down. And I know you're like, man, all the shit you've been buying, you wanna slow it
Mas.
down. Dude, shit you see is over a period of
Essa
time. It's
carta é
not like
nova,
all
né?
day, one
Não
day.
tem
That's what
assim.
people make it seem like. Like I'm out there just buying shit. I'm gonna buy this. And I keep hearing people
Ah,
talking
é
about how
bonito.
deep their pockets is.
Então.
You know, this price is good for them. Man, I don't care how deep your pockets is. Them your pockets.
Mas
Those are not my pockets.
ele
Don't worry about
tomou no
another man's pocket.
cu.
If you can afford to buy a $150 toy, and you know that's what you want to buy it for, and it's normally $23. That's
Observem
on you, bro. I ain't mad
a
at you.
reviravolta.
You know, or you know, shit, ain't got nothing to do with it whatsoever. I'm thinking about all the stuff we doing. I'm thinking about all the stuff here that we winning with, man. We've been dealing with a lot of shit, man. You know, the shit has really been hitting the fan, man. It's just
Porra, era pra eu ter
left and
invocado
right.
isso.
It's just so much of stuff, man. And you know, I talk about a lot of stuff, and people like, man, you still got stuff in boxes that you ain't unboxed. You got this and that. You know what? Have you ever seen any other collectors?
Outra invocação sincro. Observem.
I got friends who do DVDs and Blu-rays. They got them all across the floor. Haven't put them up yet. Haven't even unwrapped them yet. I got friends who collect Barbie dolls. Males collect Barbie dolls. Ain't shit wrong with that. Do what you do. Some of them take them out the box. Some of them
Nossa, vocês estavam com
I got
saudades
friends that
aí
collect
sim, hein?
yo-yos and do yo-yo tricks on YouTube. Check them out. They all look like I told you. There's so many different communities. There are people that read books here on YouTube. This is what I'm saying. You don't know your lane. See, my lane is all of this. My lane ain't just one particular toy line. That ain't cool for me. You know, just sitting here, if I collected Ninja Turtles and Motu, dude, how many of the same damn figures of Ninja Turtles could you have? I understand Batman and Wolverine and Superman and Wonder Woman, Snake Eyes, Lion-O, Quicksilver. I know people gonna say all that, like, man, you know, and Power Rangers.
Nossa.
But, you know, it's just certain things, man. It's like, man, I'm trying to understand the logic behind shit people are saying. You know, quality should match price, man. You know, people get mad when I buy quantity of shit that I want. See, the thing is, if you buy what you want, that's different. You know, right now I'm having that completed feeling, like, you know, I got all the stuff that I wanted. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. You can get to that point where you get stuff. I had that situation going on when I had comic books, man. When I collected all the X-Men comics. I'm talking about from one of the Uncanny X-Men all the way up to the final ending when they had. Man, I had enough of that then, man. You know, like after and I had all type of other comics and that.
Oxi,
Man, it was crazy.
meu Deus do céu. Que é isso? Soldado
Dude, after a
Pinguim.
period of time, it's like, you lose interest
Poxa,
sometimes.
é o
This is why I
exército
say you
pinguim,
need
é?
to sit
Não
back
pinguim,
and
ó, não
focus.
pinguim.
This is why my interest shift with me.
Minaruca.
Because sometimes I lose interest in one thing. You know, I may lose interest in action figures today. Shit, we gonna play some video games tomorrow. We gonna talk about video games the next day. We gonna talk about gym shoes. Dude, we gonna talk about sport cards. We gonna talk about Pokemon cards. We're gonna talk about something different. We're gonna keep it pushing. And see, this is the thing that I talk about here, man. You can't just be a one-trick pony because after a while you even get that. I look at channels like Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter?
The articulate.
Mad.
Those are some great channels.
Mad.
These guys, I mean, they research their topics and they talk in depth on what they're talking about. And you know they're very knowledgeable of the subject. So I gotta take my hat off to them and give them their flowers, man. They doing what they doing. But see, with me, I do what I like.
Ué, vai fazer o que? Não gosta? É
You know,
difícil,
I
né?
can't keep it.
Oh, meu Deus, que esse cara tá fazendo o quê? Quando
Blend in
joga?
of some of everything because too much of anything can drive you fucking crazy. And like I said, too much of anything, a little bit, you
Será
know,
que ele tá dando?
drive
Não é
me
possível.
crazy sometimes. I'm sick and tired of getting like
Ah,
overwhelmed
que
and shit.
absurdo
It
é
ain't
esse?
with the toys and
Ó,
stuff like that. It's with the extra shit that comes along
é
with it.
impossível ele tá fazendo uma
You
jogada
know,
tão
it's like
elaborada
people's
assim pra me
expectations here
derrotar.
on YouTube. And I think we don't understand that. When you're a content creator, people think you're supposed to go bigger and better. They think the stuff that you have now, man, you should be topping it to the
Aleluia, velho.
like 14 Marvel Legends that you're gonna open up. 14 G.I. Joe Classified. 25 DC Multiverse. Shit. 14 Voltron lines that you opening up. 23 starting lineups. People are expecting you to go bigger. People are expecting your topics to get bigger and more in depth.
Ele
And
se
sometimes, man, just for the love of
fudeu.
God, you just can't. Because it gets nuts. And this is
Esse
why a
fufu.
lot of people are refocusing their
Salsi
channels because
fufu. Oxe, cadê
you only
meu?
have so
Ele
much
destruiu minha
space.
mão.
Someone asked me, they said, hey, when you get tired of that stuff, you're going to put the stuff back in the boxes you save and put it up for sale on eBay or whatnot. And I'm like, man, I don't hold on to boxes. Dude.
I don't hold on boxes.
I don't know how much I can tell you.
Ah, esse comercial. Meu vídeo. Esse
I
iPhone.
don't know how much I can tell you.
Interessante.
I open up this thing right now. Put it on eBay for sale. I can get the same damn price that is going for inside of the package. Why? Because most people who collect toys, they're not collecting the box. They're collecting the actual toy in the box. And if you're collecting the toy in the box, that means you might want to play with it. You know, a lot of people just collect the entire box and sit it somewhere. I'm not a fan of that. I used to be, man, but after a while, that ain't no fun. I actually like to pose the figure sometimes. I actually like to actually look at it, hold it in my hand, you know, move it around, see what it do, check the waist, check, you know, the knees, the joints, everything. So I'm looking at the figure, and this is what I do when I actually open up my figure, man. You know, I actually inspect the figure, you know, checking for the color and every damn thing. If there's any color bleed, how the scope look, you know, how the details of the face, because the face is one of the most intricate parts of the figure. Because if the face is off, the whole figure is off. Man, I've been talking about this stuff for the longest, man, and I think a lot of people don't understand. Collecting is more than just buying. Collecting for most people is a mindset. The mindset changes with the stuff that you do. You're not the same person as you was yesterday. You're not that first collecting person. You know, you just different collecting person. You buying different shit. You understanding different shit. You adding different shit to your portfolio, man. You know what? If I sold this
Your
collection for half,
portfolio.
I mean, if I sold all the gargoyles together, I get a good price for it. They don't gotta be boxed. I sell all the McFarlane stuff right here. I get a good price. The Silverhawk stuff, I get a good price. None of the stuff gotta be boxed. Dude, that's where people missing it at. Shit, this shit is still going for the same price out of the box. You know, please stop thinking that you can get a deal on stuff when it's out of the box. Like, it's going to be like $5 out the box. No, shit, it's going to be even higher out of the box in certain cases. Because people already can inspect the figure because it's not in the packaging anymore. You can look at it, you can see through however they got it. Nah, it is what it is. Enjoy the site. Stop trying to treat it as an investment, man. If you treating this as your lifelong investment, man, it may go wrong. It may go left. The whole market may crash. And you be left with shit that you can't get rid of or give away. And see, my whole point is, man, if you're not doing this out of love, you might want to rethink it. You know, there's so many things that you can refocus on, restart on, rebrand on, man. This is how I look at stuff. This is like when I get a little overwhelmed with stuff and I'm starting to get frustrated and tired, I refocus. I'll be like, well, maybe I don't want to do this no more. Maybe I'm going to check into doing this over here. Maybe I'll look at some of this. Man, because I see a lot of these figures over here looking pretty good. Or I may check out some more shoes. Or I may check out the Funko Pops, some colognes, some watches. I wear all this shit every day. So I'm like, you got to look at it. It helps clear your head when you got other stuff that you can do. If you're just doing Masters of the Universe, Origins, or Masterverse, and how sporadic those figures drop, and how the distribution work, and how sometimes even they got a big bad toy store, Entertainment Earth, Target.com, and Walmart.com, sometimes that shit gets sold out as soon as they put it up. Now you're in a lurch. You're collecting a line that you can't get figures for. This is what other channels don't talk about. They talk about every damn thing else. They talk about the toys, you know, and they review the stuff. That ain't what I'm about. I'm about the truth. We grown. There's not a lot of kids that actually watch these videos, man. It's a lot of grown ass people who got grown ass problems. They got kids, you know, they gotta buy clothes, they gotta put food on the table.
Food on the table.
You know, sometimes you want to be greedy and buy shit for yourself, man, but you can't. As a grown-ass father, grown-ass man, you know, you sometimes you gotta say, shit, I gotta put this shit on the back burner. Dude, I had went like almost damn it.
Observem.
Man, I went damn near 10 years without collecting. I don't think it was 10, I think it was like 5. I went 5 years. Because, you know, I was into like electronic stuff at that time, like stereo equipment, big ass speakers. Man, I was buying all that stuff. Big ass projection screen TVs. You remember those projection screen TVs? Big ass TV. Man, look. Dude, that's what I was into. You know, like I tell you, shit changes. And people ask me, how do you get this money? Man, what do you work at? I work a job, just like you do, man. I know what to buy. I know what my money could afford. I don't try to afford shit that I can't afford. This is why I say you can search all over eBay, Amazon, and all that. You'll find it, and you may find it for what you're looking for. This is why I say you gotta constantly look. This is how I found all
No.
And I didn't pay $1,000 for not one damn book, or $500. Like I told you. It is what it is. You take your time. People want to hurry up and build without laying a foundation. You can't build your damn house without a foundation. You can't build on sand. You can't build on water. And I know y'all say, yes, you can build on sand. And you can build on water. But it takes extra steps. I'm saying you can't build on a shaky foundation. You got to start slow. This is why I tell you, when you see those clearances and all of that with toys and video games, if you want to jump in, that's the time to do it. Don't jump in on full price days. Don't jump in when everything is like $30 and $40 damn dollars. I understand your pockets may be deep as hell, but they may not always be deep as hell. This is how you got to collect. You got to collect and be like, man, am I the completionist type of collector. I'm not. I'm the type of collector
No.
where I collect different toy lines and I buy a couple of figures from each line. I don't go out and buy the whole wave. Shit, I'd be surprised if I buy any wave. It takes a minute for me to get stuff now because I don't buy it. Classified stuff, I don't usually pay full price anymore for. DC Multiverse, some of that I pay full price for because I don't lie. I love the scopes, I love the colors, I love the detail, but the shit is just hard to find. Motu stuff, sometimes you can find it at Five Below, you can find it at DD's Discount, you can find it at Ross. Sometimes. In Burlington, because I hear Burlington still got some of those controller waves. Marvel Legends, so if you want to check that out, Burlington. Dude, like I say, man, we over here doing what we do. But I'm gonna call tackle on a lot of people that make it seem like you always keeping your word on every damn thing. You know, you are not allowed to change your mind when it comes to collecting. You're not allowed to say anything different. You gotta go with the status quo. No, that ain't what this channel is about. We don't follow everybody else. I follow my own train of thought here. I do. Because like I said, man, following somebody else, you're not gonna get the results you want. Unless that's who you are. But till later, thank you for watching. Peace out.
What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles. Welcome you to
Alright,
another edition of Lyles Figures Files. It's episode 300 and crazy milestone, and I can't believe you all have been watching one episode, let alone 300. It's awesome. It's amazing. I want to thank y'all for likes, comments, shares,
Subscribe.
the super chats, the whole deal. You guys are awesome, and thank you. And I definitely want to make sure that you all understand. I so appreciate that you guys are respectful to each other. Not a bunch of name calling, not a people going, "Hey, you're stupid." It's really cool seeing the figure community come together and treat each other with decency. That's all we have to do. We're talking about figures. Let's keep it fun. You guys rock. I sincerely appreciate you. As a token of my esteem.
Isso não adianta nada, tu vai mal.
At the end of this episode. All right, for a big milestone like this, I can't tackle something big. Way too long. That's taking a look at one of my favorite what-if stories in my collection. Oh man, you guys are so close. She just dropped the ball too many times to keep this thing going. I'm talking about, of course, the line that I referred to way too often, probably. DC Icons. DC Icons seemed like it was going to finally be DC's answer to Marvel Legends. And we had seen DC with Mattel crank out DC Classics, a really strong line, but it felt outdated as Marvel Legends continued. It surged with amazing articulation and sculpts, and it just felt like DC Classics got left behind in the dust somewhere. Just taking a look at these figures without any other context, DC Icons, the sculpting, top notch, just an elite level. Check out the detail on Deadman, Black Adam, Aquaman in the background there. I mean, these figures look great, and in hand, for the most part, it didn't disappoint. So what happened to DC Icons that they failed? We're not still collecting DC Icons figures. All right, let's grab Sherman. Let's grab Mr. Peabody. Let's go in the Wayback Machine. Take a look at what happened to DC Icons. First, let's do a little background, a little bit of perspective. DC Direct, which eventually became DC Collectibles. I may say these terms back and forth interchangeably, just now I'm talking about the same company. DC Direct started out in '99 making comic book based figures, but it wasn't until 2000 where they really hit their stride, delivering what even today are high quality, really strong figures that still hold up to any other figure line in terms of just how they look. This Green Lantern's amazing. Green Arrow, Hard Traveling Heroes, subset, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Two-Pack, and these amazing JSA figures,
Amazing.
Spectre, Dr. Fate, Golden Age Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, Starman. I sold off some of these, all those figures, and I'm regretting it because even if they had their limitations, of which I'll break down in a second, there's still some awesome looking figures. What are those limitations? This is articulation. Maybe I've missed a point here and there, but I'm pretty confident it's just the lever. The neck doesn't go up and down. It's just a swivel. The shoulders, same deal, up and down movement only. You got your elbow articulation, you got wrist articulation, you got hip, you got knee. It's not that, oh man, I can do some really cool poses with Hal Jordan flying through space, battling Sinestro. It's
Apenas fazer uma cara
just
dessa.
sitting there on the
Ah,
shelf.
meu Deus.
They look fine. They look really good.
Tem nem o que fazer.
There's
Ai,
other
que...
issues that held back DC Direct.
Ai.
Just in terms of having a really cool and awesome display. That was their consistency in terms of how one figure looked next to the other. So here's a photo of a Justice League display you can see from Arizona. And I mean, just look at this Justice League. We got Firestorm, we've got Martian Manhunter. They don't look like they belong in the same line, or maybe you can kind of fudge them. Then we got this Wonder Woman who just looks like a model. She looks totally different from them. We've got Green Lantern who's done it a different style. Ditto for Superman. Cyborg's towering over everyone instead of Martian Manhunter and Superman. We got a Batman that's a little bit more defined than Superman. Captain Marvel is just kind of sitting there like, okay. But he looks small next to Cyborg and Batman. Flash is really skinny. And that's pretty decent, but not in the, oh, he's skinny in the same base as this Superman. It looks like he was done in a different line. And that was a huge problem with DC Direct. You could get a Superman, Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, etc. And it would look like they would match up with each other, unless you got one of those highly stylized artist lines. Compare that to Marvel Legends. You've got 30 points of articulation. They've got a basic house style. Now there's Scarlet Witch, there's Black Panther, and Wonder Man sharing the same mold during the Toy Biz days. In the early Hasbro era, those figures were terrible. But they started to get a lot better, to the point where people were looking at DC Direct like they were relics. Like, they were really outdated. They couldn't do any cool posing. It was just like, well guys, what's happening? Why is your line so far behind? What we, as a collector fan base, wanted to see with our figure. We had DC Classics with Mattel, and they were a really strong, cohesive line of figures. Looked like they belonged next to each other. It wasn't this wacky thing of everyone's out of scale. The colors, the detail looked better on some figures than the other. They were all pretty solid. Now the scale kind of got a little wonky as it progressed, but when it started, it was amazing. I have a really extensive DC Classics collection. I wish some other company would rival them, but for now, it's still the best in terms of a line of DC characters that match up well with each other. Articulation definitely seems limited now, but there's still not a lot of hope in terms of getting a line of DC figures that extensive. And then let's fast forward to 2011. This is when DC offered DC Direct a chance to make things right. That started the arrival of the new 52. And these figures really look good. You can see they're kind of loosely based on the Jim Lee style. We've got a Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Darkseid, Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman that work really strong and really well with each other. Nice looking figures, and this is the first time where DC Direct was kind of going, all right, here you go. You guys say you want figures that match up with each other. Here you go. You do notice the articulation is still lacking. This is the 2012 set of figures, late 2011, 2012 line of figures, and compare that to what Marvel Legends is about to do with the return of Marvel Legends. They're doing better. Hasbro starting to figure out, oh, this is how we make these figures the way the collectors want. And you can see these figures have really nice sheen. That Aquaman and Green Lantern really pop just from this picture. Toy art. Cyborg looks good. Darkseid looks nice and imposing, but still not quite there with that articulation. However, it was really nice to have a full Justice League and then have a Justice League of American line. You can see the scaling. They actually match up well with each other. You can put the Justice League, the JLA together, and they don't look out of place. That's really encouraging. Definitely something we weren't seeing in direct figures in the past. And then here was probably the high point of this era of DC collectibles, the Crime Syndicate wave. This is basically the perfect wave of DC direct figures. We got Power Man, we got Superman, or Ultraman, sorry. We got Owlman, Johnny Quick, Tom. But check out this articulation. This is what we've been clamoring for so long from DC figures. You've got a ball jointed neck, barbell. He's got the bicep articulation, no double jointed elbows, but it's close enough. He's got pretty good range. He's got this mid torso piece. His waist rotates. You've got thigh articulation, double jointed knees. This is what we've been asking for from DC Direct for years. They finally delivered. And you can kind of go around. This is like the holy grail of collectors for DC Direct properties, because this is exactly the Marvel Legends format done with DC figures. And it seemed like, wait, you guys are finally figuring it out. This is what we wanted all along. You know, it made a ton of sense for DC Direct to go, oh, okay, cool. This is what you want. Now we're here. We're going to make all our figures like that. We're doing it with Mantis. So instead of continuing to develop the line of really popular collectors, they're moving forward with the new line, DC icons. And the reaction, the reception to this was really strong because it's based on designs from Ivan Reyes, who's a great artist, one of DC's best today. The detailing on these figures is superb. That Black Adam design, I mean, all that detail. The boots actually have that sculpted detail. Blue Beetle in the background looks awesome. We've also got an amazing, perfect version of Harley Quinn. Aquaman also looks great. So it's just a strong set of figures. And for the first time with any project from DC Direct, they were showing their confidence. They're like, we're releasing 3 waves of these figures. Here you go, get ready. So they showed them the 2015 Toy Fair and said, hey, we're gonna go hard. We're gonna do all these figures. You know, you notice these characters aren't all in their classic style, but DC Icons was kind of hyped up and announced in terms of this is gonna be our signature look for characters. So the thought was, hey, we'll probably eventually get a classic version of Black Adam, not so much as modern take. In terms of cool looking figures, this is awesome. We're just kind of breaking down the waves. The first one was set to be released in November, December 2015. So we've got Dead Man from Brightest Day, Green Arrow from Longbow Hunters, New 52 Mr. Miracle, very puzzling, confusing choice, and Batman from Last Rites. They were going to keep this momentum going. It wasn't going to be months and months and years between figure waves with Wave 2. Their very first deluxe character, Green Lantern, came with different construct parts. That was cool. We got Blue Beetle in the regular line, Black Adam, and Lex Luthor from Forever Evil. Blue Beetle's from
Vai
Infinite
ver.
Crisis, Green
Certeza que ele vai
Lantern,
desistir, ó. Ó.
and Flash,
Observem
Cosmic
a
Treadmill
destruição.
from Crisis on Infinite Earths. So you can see they're pulling from all directions, all areas of the DC universe, stories, and lore. Wave 3, which was set for a pretty reasonable amount of time, February 2016, so, you know, just a 2-month gap between waves. Really good. We were already going to have a nice array of figures by this point. Got Atomica from Forever Evil. Got Harley Quinn from No Man's Land. Superman from Man of Steel. Aquaman from The Legend of Aquaman. Strong rollout of characters. Good A-listers. There's some obvious missing characters here, of course, but in terms of starting off a wave, it's pretty encouraging. Good sign of what's to come. It's like, all right, cool. This is DC Collectibles 6-inch line. It's going to beat out or at least complement our Marvel Legends collection, which is expanding.
Ah, não, dá pra invocar o. É, lustro negro.
Realize that's going to happen. Get more of these figures out to us and really old. So let's see if DC icons actually match up. The was really encouraging seeing the articulation scheme of these icon figures. Batman has a ball-jointed neck. That's something which is just not the norm with DC Direct figures. A ball-jointed torso. That seems like a really good idea. It makes up for the lack of the waist articulation. He also has a
No.
hinge
Osh.
ab crunch, a ball-jointed hip, hinge joint ankles, pivot joint foot, shin, double knee articulation, hinge joint hands, pivot joint wrist, forearm, double jointed elbows, pivot joint bicep, and a ball jointed shoulder. That is amazing. Definitely the next level in terms of articulation for our DC Collectibles figures. A very encouraging sign of what's to come. DC Collectibles was really good about getting information out there and communicating with the fans. Like, here's the latest steps with icons. And so there was a lot of buzz come November. All right, cool, let's bring these figures on. And, you know, there's a sticking point because they weren't going to be at Toys R Us, Target, Walmart, Kmart. They were just going to be a specialty shop. So, you know, your local comic book store, maybe your Sam Goody, your Suncoast. Suncoast is still around at that point, but those kind of stores, or FYEs, they weren't going to be at mass market places. So the price tag kind of reflected that. These figures are going to be $25, $24.99. And so, of course, you start comparing that to Marvel Legends. It's $20. It's like, the value's not as great, but these are going to be the definitive DC figures. $5 more. 2015 isn't that bad. I did mention this is a true 6-inch scale, not higher scale, skewed more towards 7.5 than DC Direct figures were. Caused some problems because Marvel Legends, or Hasbro's side, they were starting to edge their figures up a little bit more, which meant this wave 1 was not going to match up to what we were getting from Marvel Legends.
Me tornar uma das maiores streamers. Deixa comigo. Quando a dor aparece, Dorflex Zoom te deixa pronto no game. Aí, como falei?
Se você joga, a gente joga.
Here's Batman next to Cyclops. Pretty standard figure using the bucket cap mold. Here's
tá, pouca coisa.
So you can see just how small, how slight DC Icons figures look compared to their Marvel Legends counterparts. It's just not even close. You couldn't put them in the same space and go, okay, cool, these guys will mash up really well. No, it's not even close. You have to do all kinds of really funky angles, perspectives, cameras, just to make it seem like they could be in the same place as each other. And that was a really tough choice and a really bad decision for DC Icons, because if anything, you want to have these figures mashing up these icons with these Marvel Legends figures. I think this Batman is basically the same size as Cyclops.
Yeah.
Scaled up a little bit and taller, I think would be fine. I mean, this figure was awesome next to him. Same thing with Green Arrow and Hawkeye. If the scale was just a little bit better, would have been all good. And you can only imagine how many collectors saw these comparison shots of icons to Marvel Legends were like, wow, I'm not getting a line of DC figures that don't match up with my Marvel Legends. And I've always argued that's not fair because, you know, DC is not working on a line to be compatible with Marvel Legends figures, but it's a really easy sell if collectors can go, okay, these lines, I can have Superman go against Thor and they don't look out of place. And I think that part in mind, Marvel Legends have been several waves of figures deep just from Return of Marvel Legends. At this point, where you're going to design a new line, overhaul it from the ground up. Maybe one thing you want to do is make them the same scale and basic height width of your competitor. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. That became a huge problem for DC Icons. Wave 2 was also pretty solid, but DC Icons were starting to have some quality control issues. We note Flash has those wings. This was something that was regularly popping off or breaking off when people were removing it from the package. both on the ear and the boot wings. Now, to their credit, DC Collectibles was awesome with responding to quality control issues. I had a few, like 3 figures that had some issues. Turned them back, they sent me the figures.
Oxi, monstro desse. Óbvio que é esse, né, meu filho? Oxi.
And it was all good, but it's a lot different going to a comic shop and then having to email a retailer going, hey, I've got these issues. Like going to the first one, bro, hey, going to Target. This figure's bad, I'll get another one that's on the shelf. You know, there wasn't a lot of issues in terms of that icons on it. I reached out to DC Collectibles, didn't matter the month, let's say I got the figure back, but certainly more
Desculpe.
like or new figure line. So here's a look at Wave 3, 30 toy art again. Really strong set of figures. One thing for sure that worked in DC Icon's favor is the team behind it was really thinking outside of the box in terms of accessories. Superman had LX, Robot, Throne, at his Fortress of Solitude. Harley Quinn has her pop gun, her mallet. Atomica had 2 versions of Adam, Ray Choi, Ray Palmer, Orion Choi, Ray Palmer, and Aquaman had one of my favorite accessories in the entire line with his thinking, focusing, summoning his underwater friends. Like, that's just a cool outside the box kind of accessory piece to include the figure. And I loved what they would include. It was so much fun. Another one that I thought was really cool and just a nice addition was this Dead Man piece. And you can slip this over top of your figure just so like, hey, Dead Man is now in the body of this other person. And it was just, they were really creative with their accessories. And it felt like they really considered how can we increase the value of these figures. They are $25. Our competitors at main retail are selling these figures for $5 cheaper. In most cases, they're including the extra part that you can add and create and build a new figure. What do? I thought, at least in terms of accessories, they were up for the challenge of providing that extra value. And then we had, of course, the Comic Cons, the Toy Fair reveals, and these were exciting. We saw the 2-pack of Grail, Dark Side. Dark Side was really imposing and really amazing. The set was $100. A lot more. I feel like in 2024 we see something like this and go, okay. But in that time, this felt like, oh man, this price is really tough. And the Dark Side looks amazing. Grail, like all the other figures, had great sculpted detail. It's like, okay, this is a really nice figure. Really nice set. But $100 seemed a little bit more expensive than the norm. Wait for John Stewart, a really great choking figure.
Eita.
But the line was
Direto.
Here's Wave 5. Swamp Thing returns. It's just character choices. Like, yeah, Swamp Thing. Got some other
Os dois
characters who could actually match up against
é
each
figura
other.
da política mesmo.
Swamp Thing. Static was a really nice surprise because this isn't his traditional old school milestone look. The only thing missing was his trench coat. But it was a great figure. Wonder Woman was awesome. She looked powerful. She wasn't a frail-looking figure like so many other Wonder Woman figures. And this Deathstroke the Terminator, probably one of my favorites in the entire line, actually came with an alternate Slade Wilson head sculpt. So they didn't even have to wait to get a chase or anything like that. It was just included in the figure. The figure is a little problem. This is Wave 5, and this set is now coming in September 2016. So they were really starting to drag their feet in terms of when we're getting
Que é
releases.
isso?
And you see that new price tag.
Super coraçado canhão de trilha. Meu Deus do céu.
Figures, amazing accessories that are cool.
Ótimo.
Didn't really feel like they were worth $20. You look at today's Jaguar Classified series, Marvel Legends, and go, hey, this figure isn't worth $25, but it really felt like a smaller scale of DC Icons figures. That price, the value, is starting to not line up as well as it did even in the original time period where it felt
Não tá o ataque dele não, né? Pelo amor de Deus.
course,
Já era,
so
né?
those delays, it was rough. There were more from Lyle's movie file.
Cadê?
This is me. More delays with icons. So Series 5 was originally scheduled for September. Now we're gonna have to wait until April 2017.
Fudeu!
We've gotten so far at Wave 1 around November/December 2015. Then we have Wave 2, December 2015. Wave 3, really good momentum. I mean, they're doing everything they need to do. February 2016. We got Wave 4. It's kind of like in the summertime, but to go such a long period of time. So we got Wave 5. That is not coming until April 2017. That's rough. And you know, with any young-ish line, because 4 waves in, it's not really young, but it's a lot of momentum that is just dragging and slowly leaking out, taking so long to get more figures. And those delays are resulting in now price increases, where it's like, you guys are going to do more waves of these figures? Yeah, but we're going to jack the price up an extra $3. Made it really tough, really rough in terms of this DCI kind of still aligned with me.
Ah, não vai ser afetado, quer ver? Ah, eu tenho certeza que não vai ser afetado pelo high gap. Eu duvido que vai ser afetado. Vamos apostar. Vamos ver.
They're on the verge of losing the license very soon to Department Toys. So this is how things are progressing, not looking good for this guy.
Mentira, mentira. Mentira! É mentira! É óbvio, né?
Wide ranging in terms of the character selection. We got some crisis characters, we got some post crisis, we got new 52 figures thrown in the mix, and now DC has decided to drop yet another twist, another, hey, we're rebooting the universe, just kind of sort of. Which one is Superman's son, Damian Wayne getting more
Damian Wayne.
Flash. Now I will continue to say DC Rebirth was one of my favorite periods as a DC fan. So many books worth reading. I highly recommend checking them out. They're pretty cheap at places like Ollie's, but definitely worth checking out and reading. Just awesome stuff. Now this switch over to the Rebirth era meant DC Icons had pivoted. So initially they revealed this set, the new 52 Justice League Syndicate 97. Have all of them in this one really nice looking set. Those designs, those figures really look great. Now, granted, Flash, different. He had a new paint job, Green Lantern, Batman, Cyborg, everyone was basically the same. The Superman was new. Aquaman had a new collar, so that was a big change for him. But it's a really nice looking set. With the changeover, the Rebirth era, that meant this pack got changed. So now we got, you can probably see those very notable changes. Aquaman's collar piece is different. Flash has a new redesigned look. Batman's colors are different. Superman is wearing a completely different outfit. And Wonder Woman now has gold, where her original figure had a little bit more silver in the mix. So it's a very different 7-pack compared to what we were originally promised. And this also created some issues because they released Dark Side of Grail and their new 52 looks. And now we weren't going to get a new 52 Superman to match up with them. You've been collecting icons solely so you could have the looks currently reflected in comic books. This was a bit of a problem. And I think this also created some more animosity from the collector base where it's like, I don't want the Rebirth books. This weren't largely because people haven't gotten reading Rebirth yet. It's like, I don't want this. Give me the looks that I've been reading and I've been invested in all this time. San Diego Comic-Con 2016. DC Icons revealed probably the next step of figures. We're really going to propel this line to to the next level. This was far more classic looks for characters and some really desired looks.
Really? Really?
And this line was just really encouraging. We got Deadshot. Deadshot looks awesome. Check out the paintwork, pearlescence of his white costume elements. I mean, this figure looked amazing. No alternate Floyd Lawson head sculpt, but the guns are really cool. They look great. He's got his wrist-mounted guns as well. Cool looking figure. They got Etrigan, the demon. And he's got a
Etrigan.
Etrigan is big and beefy. He looks massive. 2 different head sculpts. This is a really strong figure. And we got Nightwing. Nightwing of all these figures kind of plain looking, but this is his Hush look. And it's a nice looking figure. No argument there. Then we got Shazam, because we finally get him to match up with the Black Adam we got from Wave 2. So this was a long overdue figure. But here we go. Cherry red looks great. It's going to probably be a little bit better, but this is a nice looking Billy Batson, Shazam, Captain Marvel, whichever your preference. Sinestro, again, balancing out one of those heroes from Wave 2. Way back when.
Okay, got me served.
This line had been rolling for a while.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Wave 2 was released in December
Vamos ver carta
2015.
horrível essa.
Now we're finally gonna see
Dragão Alado, Guardião da Fortaleza número 2. Quem que usa essa carta? O Yugi usa o 1, mas o 2... Se alguém sabe, responda aí, por favor.
Oh my gosh, this was amazing. Blue Beetle and
Acho que deve ser o Yugi mesmo, né? Bem no comecinho do... Antes do Reino dos Duelos.
Skeets come with Booster Gold. They've got their little shot glasses. Check out the umbrella with Blue Beetle. They've got money. I mean, this is amazing. What an awesome set. And I was thrilled. In my collection. That's how excited I was about this Blue Beetle Booster Gold set. And it's like this is what I've been waiting for with DC icons. Now they're coming through. And one that I didn't have the original photo one, Catwoman. Got the Jim Ballin Catwoman version coming as well. So this was a very strong set.
Mas desproporcional, né?
I think stoked a lot of interest. Reignited the passion.
Reignited passion.
So after the amazing reveals from San Diego Comic-Con, it took a long time once again to get some more icons news. But at Toy Fair, February 2017, DC Icons had some new leaders. 2-pack Superman versus Doomsday, complete with sound effects that are legit. You plug them into the base. Very awesome. Heat vision eyes for Superman. Angry, yelling Skull.
Aleluia, mano. Nossa, 50 anos, mano. E tudo talento hoje. Lento.
Brown impacts. Vision eyes and he's dead, Jim. Head Skull. I mean, this is really cool, and this was definitely the showcase centerpiece of the reveals at Toy Fair. Collectors were a little nervous. It's like, that's cool, but you showed a lot of stuff at Comic-Con, and the only one that you have on display is this Dick Grayson figure. What's up? Now they did show us one other figure who was not announced at Comic-Con. That's Supergirl. So it was Booster Gold, Beetle, Catwoman. Where's Etrigan the Demon? Where's Sinestro? Where's Shazam? What's this status? Again, I was able to reach out to the great guys over at DC Collectibles. Talked to Kevin Kinnery and was like, hey, what's going on? He said Etrigan Booster and Beetle packs were canceled due to low retailer interest. From a financial standpoint, it didn't make sense for DC Collectibles to move forward. And that was like a gut punch because it was like, this was the line. This was the wave of characters.
This is the way.
We get 2 of the main members of the Justice League International team. This great Etrigan figure that I think even non-traditional superhero fans would have been like, oh man, I gotta get this figure. This is cool. Sinestro. to battle the Green Lanterns, both John Stewart and Hal Jordan we have. A Shazam to fight the Black Adam we have. Deadshot, a really cool Batman villain. I mean, we have Joker, we have Harley Quinn, but Deadshot's cool. I mean, we don't have Two-Face, we don't have Penguin, we don't have Riddler. But Deadshot does look cool. We already missed out on the new 52 Superman. Like, man, are we really not going to get those figures? So no figures for us with those guys.
No,
It
bambino.
was just like a really odd deal because it seemed like the momentum was rolling. 2015, sky was the limit for DC Icons. And then momentum just continued to the air.
Oxe, não posso tacar. Por quê? Ah, essa carta é mais velha que a avó. Vocês falar que eu só invoco. Vocês falar que eu só invoco o soldado luz negra. Você só tá jogando isso? Vamos. Observem. Battle on the floor. Oxi. Masquerade.
Why are you here as opposed to XYZ? Tomka definitely stands out compared to these other figures. It's like, why is she? And Grail was another one. It's like, yeah, that's fine, but do we really need Grail as opposed to Poison Ivy? It was just really weird, the character choices that were made with this line. If it was in danger, if it was in trouble, and maybe you could point to a new 52 Mr. Miracle and an Atomica as reasons why the retailer interest was low. There's no connections to those characters. How were they made?
No.
Essential characters that needed to get done. That probably would have retailers purchasing, collectors buying stores. You're the heroes, minus Cyborg, I still need to track him. Super Sons, I was just going with. At the point, like, I'm not paying for
Mas que porra é essa? Oxi, caralho é isso?
Really great figures. I mean, look at that Firefly. He's an awesome figure. Forgot to mention him earlier. He's really well done. Blue Beetle, excellent work. They included a good amount of his accessories. The Justice League looks cool. We're still missing a few members though. Static is great. I love the fact that they included Static, but maybe we could have gotten Black Lightning instead of him. Maybe it would have made more sense in that context. It's cool to get two Green Lanterns, but man, no sound battles, no the guys out there. There's so many missed opportunities. It felt DCC was actually figuring out like, oh, these are characters we should get to now. With that Catwoman, Booster, Beetle, that Chagrin was going to be a nice addition to the line. Catwoman really digs it. And Supergirl and her rebirth first look was okay. I don't know how essential she was, but kind of important character not to have in the collection. Like, it just felt like so many missed opportunities. But the good news is, you have this lovely look. You can reasonably get this line, pick these figures up without breaking the bank. Get this house for about
Rapaz, esse cara gosta de fusão, hein? Nossa senhora.
get this Icons Nightwing just to have mostly complete set. Supergirl's expensive. It's a full all accessories, so there's no that. The Rebirth version of Flash, Atomica is definitely cheap. That's a hard question. Care about Dr. West and the Prime Syndicate. I definitely recommend this Harley Quinn. She's a great figure, especially for this price. A lot cheaper than the Mayflex version. She fits in scale-wise with those characters. I probably need to grab this Cyborg, but I mean, you can see Black Adam's $10. Comes with all the pieces. And this is most of the set, so I did not mention the Dr. Ella Burnside. $229 for everything in. It's pretty good. Here's the Rebirth figure set, $130. It's not a terrible.
Ih, fudeu.
Clearly the most expensive versions of characters that you can purchase, because this is just Superboy. $125, so not great. This Flash figure is really well done. Batman is Batman. These figures are really well done, really good. And I think if you got them in hand, there you go. There's Super Sons for 122. But when you get them in hand, then you can track them down. You would see, oh man, what a great line DC Collectibles had at their disposal. Really should have kept this thing going. I think had they just boosted that scale, made them compatible with Marvel Legends, I think even at the price point of $25, they were to scale with Marvel Legends, people would have been, yeah, that's fine, whatever. The accessories made up, I think, for the lack of Build-A-Figure piece. And, you know, just missing out on some of the other things that Marvel Legends had. We still didn't get a thigh swivel joint from these icon figures, but whatever. The torso, the mid-torso piece, did not move as easily as you would have liked. Articulation from the double jointed elbows wasn't quite as engineered as well either, because it's basically the point of the elbow stopped, so it limited that movement that you want. Icons really had a future, had potential. I just feel like there were too many mistakes. Atomic, Mr. Miracle, not to single them out, but to single them out. Swamp Thing, probably another character that was an interesting choice when there are other mainstream superheroes that needed to get done this time. Maybe if they just moved up Shazam in that place and hold Swamp Thing for Comic-Con exclusive, it could have worked out a little bit better. But I think too many questionable character choices set things up. Price point of $25 going to 28. The huge delay from Series 4 to Series 4 to Series 5. I think also didn't do them any favors. There's a lot of things working against this line. Things that I think if they could have thought through a little bit better, I bet if you talked to the DCC folks and said, all right, we're going to give you another chance to do icons, how would you do it? I think they would pick a lot of those things. Kind of go, hey, now we know how to approach it. But if you want to get a cool line that's not super expensive, that you can get everything, this is the way to go. Provided all the accessories are there, you're not going to do a lot better than DC Icons. Still, one of my favorite, oh man, they were so close, lines of my collection. That's it for this episode. Thank you as always for tuning in. Let me know what you think if you collected DC Icons. Which ones you still have? Do you sell them off, or you just wish they got more characters out to offer? So, as always, thank you for watching this episode of Our Figure Stars. That's what's about.
Saudações baxterianas, tudo bem com vocês? Eu espero que sim. Eu sou o Alexis e sejam bem-vindos para mais um review aqui na Baxter Toys. E o review de hoje é dessa figura maravilhosa do anjo dos X-Men. E a gente vai falar dela depois da vinheta. Roda!
Rodou.
Sorteios aí bimestralmente aqui no canal. Se não manda sua inscrição, seu like e seguir a gente lá no Instagram. E eu gostaria muito de agradecer a duas pessoas que ajudaram a que esse vídeo seja possível. A primeira delas é o Jack, que conseguiu comprar essa figura no eBay pra mim, porque a data de entrega dela estava limitada. E o segundo é o meu amigo Thiago Avancini, que estava nos Estados Unidos, então ele tinha um curto período para receber essa figura. Graças ao Jack eu consegui comprar no eBay, foi entregue lá onde ele estava. E o Thiago trouxe pra mim, colocou ela na mala aí bonitinha. Até falei pra ele, tira da embalagem, coloca ele numa cueca aqui, traz pra mim, ele trouxe na embalagem. Então, Thiago e Jack, muito obrigado. Sem vocês esse review não seria possível. Bom, estamos diante de uma das figuras mais incríveis que foram lançadas esse ano. Confesso que essa figura era uma das que eu mais desejava. Depois que eu assisti ao review do Autobotil que ele mostrou lá no bonitinho, eu falei, mano, eu quero o anjo do Autobotil pra mim. Porque ele é um anjo. Não é que eu quero o anjo do Autobotil, vocês entenderam, eu quero o anjo que o Autobotil tem. E eu consegui essa figura, mano, estou muito ansioso pra ver. Nem vou falar é uma das poucas embalagens que eu prefiro guardar, não coleciono embalagem, mas ela é realmente muito bonitinha. Gostei das imagens que tem nela, então vou, mano, sem mais delongas, vou tirar ela da embalagem, porque eu tô louco pra ver eu passar aqui novos. Como de costume, eu gosto de mostrar a figura no turista, que não tá igual, bonitinha, com dois tristes, né, pra asa, um boneco. Agora eu vou tirar ele daqui e vou poder analisar a figura em todos os seus detalhes. Vamos começar com as impressões gerais e já vou falar pra vocês que ela é uma figura simples. E olha que interessante, pela simplicidade, ela é muito elegante, ela é muito bonita. Ela realmente representa o olho dos quadrinhos. Eu olhei a pintura do corpo, eu gostei muito da pintura também. Tem algumas ressalvas que eu vou falar pra vocês na parte de pintura, mas sinceramente, cara, ela não tinha como ser diferente. Ela tem que ser simples, ela tem que ser uma personagem que chama atenção não pela quantidade de acessórios, de texturas, de pintura, mas sim porque ele é uma figura simples. Afinal, é um cara que voa e enxerga muito bem. De resto, ele é muito bacana. E depois eu vou falar das respostas, que é algo sensacional. Então, de impressões gerais, já confesso que é um padrão de Marvel Legends, tá? Não tem nada de especial, só em seguida, mas mesmo assim é uma figura que realmente vale muito, mas muito a pena ter em mãos. Vamos agora para os acessórios. Ele vem com um parzinho de mãos, olha só, e eu gostei muito dessas mãos porque elas são bem grandes, fora um pouquinho do padrão aí de Marvel Legends. Eu achei bem legal isso, porque ela é uma figura um pouco mais parruda. Eu acho que eles colocaram as mãos um pouco maiores para poder falar com as asas, para ficar tão discrepante assim. Eu achei bem legal,
Essa.
aliás, as mãos são bem detalhadas, gente, é feia. Eu achei bem escondidas, super bem escondidas, na verdade. E, mano, essa aqui principalmente tem uma coisa assim, interessante, uma das grandes coisas dessas que já no segundo acessório, eu acho que nem é acessório, mas são as asas, né? Eu quero falar das asas especificamente depois, é algo que chama muita atenção. E já vou avisando, cara, eu achei que essa figura é um material muito leve. Eu achei que ia ficar extremamente pesada, eu achei que ia ser um material mais grosso. Não, ela é muito leve, que provavelmente vai ajudar a manter o personagem em pé. E o terceiro acessório é nada mais nada menos do que o rostinho extra dele sorrindo com a máscara um pouco diferente, o cabelo diferente também, que tá bem interessante. Então, mano, de verdade, de acessórios bem completinho, achei bem interessante. Mas o que necessitaria talvez fosse uma base de voo, mas isso não vem em Marvel Legends, então a gente releva. Bom, vamos falar então agora da pintura, e eu posso dizer pra vocês que ela é bem simples, na verdade a cor predominante dela é o vermelho, né? O material do boneco é vermelho, e tudo que é branco aqui na parte vermelha é pintada, exceto as duas das botas que tem material branco. E isso traz um problema. Se você observar bem na luva, tem uma parte de branco ali, precisava de uma segunda demão, e não é o mesmo branco da luva, isso acontece na pintura do ombro também, olha só. Então isso me incomodou um pouquinho, ó, até a parte da virilha aqui, ó, direito da perna, você percebe que a cueca tem um branco mais forte e um branco mais claro. Chega a incomodar um pouco, principalmente essa parte da bota aqui, assim. Mas como é uma figura que você vai colocando em pose de voo, talvez você não note muito, né? Mas é bom destacar que sim, há uma leve diferença de pintura aqui na bota. Olha só, poderia, né, ter feito mais pintura da bota, porque ela ficasse mais mole, né, em relevo, até ia ficar bem mais legal. Mas não tem, assim, apesar da simplicidade, tem esses pequenos defeitinhos. Mas a auréola que tem aqui tá muito bem pintada, olha só, gente. Muito bem pintada, não tem uma falhinha, uma pintura muito delicada, porque é um amarelo, e aí você tem ele. Gente, tá incrível, de verdade, tá muito legal. Aqui você vê um pequeno semilhado, né, na parte do pectoral, mas nada que de longe vá atrapalhar. E a parte de diferenciar também é a mesma coisa. E falando um pouquinho da pintura da redenção, sensacional, aliás, já vou falar. E, mano, uma coisa que me chamou a atenção nessa resposta, primeiro que a expressão facial dela é muito bonita, a pintura desse rosto, mas se olhar bem, ele tem sardinhas. Olha que detalhe legal na bochechinha dele, velho. E olha a qualidade de pintura dos olhos e da sobrancelha. Tá realmente muito caprichado isso daqui, gente. Tá muito lindo esse rosto. Eu fico na dúvida em qual que eu vou deixar. Mas vamos analisar isso aqui primeiro, ó. De perfil, como é legal. Tem ali o contorno da orelha da máscara. O cabelo é muito bem esculpido. Penteadinho bonitinho, ó. Repartido bem legal. Bem playboyzinho, né? Como ele é mesmo. Mas, mano, o rosto dele tá realmente muito bem feito. Olha esse nariz, gente. Esse nariz. Mas também tá impressionante a pintura dos olhos, da sobrancelha e essas sardinhas aqui na bochecha. Então tá realmente muito legal. A segunda head sculpt, mano, também tá muito bacana. É um sorrisinho bem legal. Ele também tem um pouquinho de sardinhas, mas bem do que a outra figura. Os olhos também são muito bem pintados, mas essa expressão facial tá bem legal. E uma coisa que me chamou a atenção sobre essa figura é justamente esse detalhe da boca aqui, ó. Percebe que ele tá sorrindo e você tem a dobra da pele aqui. Então, mano, tá muito bem esculpido. Olha só, mano, a covinha dele tá muito detalhada nessa head sculpt. E o cabelo dele é exatamente igual ao Novo. A primeira que eu tenho um cabelo mais esvoaçante, sei lá, diferente. Mas também a máscara é diferente, tá? O design da máscara é completamente diferente. Ela vou até colocar uma do lado da outra pra vocês verem as diferenças. Olha só, bem diferente. Agora, qual que eu vou deixar? Eu não sei. Eu gosto mais dessa daqui. Mas de vez em quando eu vou colocar ele sorridente. Realmente muito bonita essas duas head sculpts aqui. Aliás, vou trocar pra vocês verem, ó, como ele fica com a head sculpt sorrindo. Mas acho que essa daqui é mais da hora, hein? Eu vou deixar ele com a carinha séria, que fica mais legal. Bom, vamos para as articulações agora. Nem vou me estender muito, porque como são articulações padrões mais leves, padrão, então acaba nem compensando ficar revisando tudo, né? Mas ó, de cabeça que é o importante, ele vai bem pra cima, porque você garante uma pose de voo bem legal, bem essa movimento, dá o 360 e tem o movimento do Fast Family bem interessante. Aí você tem os ombros, que olha só, uma nave quase negativa, bem interessante. E aí você tem, né, o movimento de rotação, normal de Marvel Legends, a articulação dupla, e ele é todo pinless aqui, dá um shot muito legal isso. Tem uma rotação aqui na luva, bonitinho, a articulação do abdômen bem aqui, vai muito pra cima, olha só, não cai de da hora, velho. E aí você vai pra frente, vai pra trás, gira. Até as articulações padrões de Marvel Legends, ó. Articulação do joelho, e aí você tem a articulação do pé, bem bonitinho ali, o normal de Marvel Legends que a gente já espera. Agora eu vou colocar as asas pra gente poder ver as articulações das asas, porque realmente isso é algo surpreendente. Então a gente pode encaixar aqui, ó, bonitinho. Bom, agora tá completa a figura, né, com a asa, o visual muda completamente, olha que da hora que fica. Por que eu coloquei a asa agora? Porque a asa é totalmente articulada. Deixa eu até trazer um pouquinho a câmera para trás para poder ver melhor. Essas asas são incrivelmente articuladas. Então, olha, primeiro assim, a qualidade da asa é algo surreal. Ela é muito bem feita. Se vocês olharem assim, ó, olha a quantidade de detalhes que tem nas asas, de sombreamento, penas. Ela é muito linda, cara. Olha esse detalhe aqui, ó. Legal, velho. Mano, realmente eles capricharam muito nessa asa. Olha, é lindo demais, velho. Eu adoro figuras aladas, eu tenho uma verdadeira paixão por figuras com asas. E, mano, eu achei essa figura sensacional. Mas vamos às articulações da asa. Então, ó, ela tem um ponto de articulação aqui, ó, que você pode fazer esse movimento, né? Deixar ele aqui, ó, bonitão, ó. Então você pode abrir e fechar, bem legal. Você tem outros pontos de articulações aqui em cima, ó, que faz com que você possa abrir a asa. Isso daqui, delícia. Mano, que sensacional. Aí isso aqui mexe independente, ó. Bem interessante. E aí você ainda tem a articulação para fazer isso aqui. Olha isso. A quantidade de movimentos é que você quisesse proteger da chuva, mano, ó. Demorou. Você nem pode dar chuva, né? Se você vai fazer só de casa, mas enfim, cara, sensacional. Ela abre muito. Olha isso. Abre muito. Você consegue fazer muitas coisas com essa asa aqui. Eu achei simplesmente bacana. E volto a dizer que é legal, é que um material leve, você consegue deixar ele em pé. Normalmente a asa não atrapalha, não vai derrubar, porque ela é realmente